Well, let's turn now to what is trending on KSLTV.com. A Utah family excited to welcome their new baby this November. But for Sadie and Ben Harris, this is more than just a new baby. It's a miracle. The new daughter being carried by her grandmother. Digital reporter Eliza Pace has the story. That sounds like an incredible story, Eliza.
Oh, it is just incredible. So 1 year ago, Sadie Harris almost died from a serious infection she got following the birth of her first baby. The couple says an emergency hysterectomy and several miracles saved Sadie's life.
Can you wave? Say hi.
For Ben and Sadie Harris, everything went smoothly with the birth of their first baby.
It was 2 weeks before my due date. James was born the next morning at 6:17 a.m. I had a super easy pregnancy, normal delivery. We were in the hospital for 2 days, and then we came home, and we were home for a week.
Then Sadie knew something was wrong.
The following Sunday, so May 21st, I woke up with some severe cramping.
The pain got worse throughout the day, and by the evening, Sadie couldn't walk, so they went to the emergency room.
It wasn't making sense. My kidneys were starting to fail. I couldn't keep any food down.
Sadie's symptoms became so serious, the nurse called a code for Sadie to be taken to the ICU. She was given an abdominal surgery to see what was going on, and doctors drained over 1 liter of fluid from her abdomen. Eventually, they discovered Sadie had a rare bacteria.
Clostridium sordellii. There's a lot of bacteria down there to help maintain health and everything. And it can be really dangerous when it gets to the uterus, and it only has that chance when you're dilated during delivery or some other sort of procedure. It can get there. He finds that in postpartum women, this bacteria has a 100% mortality rate. The next day, I started to go into shock. This report showed that there was only 1 survivor of this so far in postpartum women.
Sadie did not improve, and doctors told her that her best chance at survival was an emergency hysterectomy.
When I've talked to him about that moment, he said that I asked him, "Am I going to die?" And he said he couldn't say no to me. Like, he was like, all he could say was, "You're in really bad shape and you really need the surgery."
Her dad knew the odds, which was that most people didn't make it past day 5, where Sadie was. But she did. Defying odds, the surgery was successful. Then came another complication. Sadie got a rare condition where her lungs began to fill with fluid.
As that happened, as you can imagine, if your lungs are filling with fluid, it's like you're drowning from the inside out.
With her oxygen dropping, doctors decided to intubate her. Her oxygen levels were so low that doctors told the family that even if she did survive, she may have brain damage.
And that was a night that we had like so many people praying, because one of the first things I did when they kicked us out of the room was put on my story, like, "If you see this, please pray for Sadie right now. She's not doing good."
Sadie made a miraculous recovery. Her oxygen levels stabilized and the fluid began to drain.
I just walked back in, and she'd been flipped over, and her oxygen was back up to 88, which is still low, but definitely safe. And I remember just looking up again, and it was just me in the room. I don't even know if there was a nurse in the room. They might have been right outside. But just feeling so much mercy and so grateful that God would save her again.
Sadie was finally extubated and spent several days recovering, finally able to be reunited with her baby.
I remember getting to the recovery floor and like everything just kind of hit. Like, there was like all of this emotions of like, oh my gosh, I just survived something that nobody has survived, and feeling like, how did that happen, you know? And then feeling so grateful that like I have this baby and I get to be with him.
As she improved, the weight of the hysterectomy and what that would mean for her future family began to sink in.
There was 1 or 2 days where it kind of hit me that like, oh my gosh, I just had a hysterectomy, and like it was like really heavy, and like I cried for a few hours.
Since her ovaries weren't infected, doctors told Sadie she'd have the option to have more kids through surrogacy if she wanted to.
We've always wanted several kids. We've always wanted a bigger family, and my dream has always been to be a mom, and so that felt really comforting to know that there was an option.
Sadie's mom, Mindy Tullis, offered to be a surrogate for the next baby.
She said like, "Hey, like I will do this for you, but just so you know, like I want to do it before I turn 50, and she's 48 right now."
Ben and Sadie are now expecting a little girl.
She's 18 and a half weeks. It's been really cool to have my mom be the one carrying the baby, because I get to talk to her every day. I get to go to the appointments with her. And I don't know. I'm so glad the baby gets to hear her voice and like gets any part of her that it can, you know, and just gets to be with her for 9 months.
The baby will be born the week of Thanksgiving.
It's so special to have a baby the week of Thanksgiving because there's so much to be grateful for.
Well, Ben and Sadie's story is just so incredible. To read the full story, you can go to our website, KSLTV.com.
Eliza, quite the story to go out on there. You have to reveal that was not just a wonderful story, but the last wonderful story.
Yeah, I'm really sad to be leaving, but I'm gonna go do some grad school, so it'll be good. This is my last day.
Well, we have appreciated all of these great stories every day, trending topics, but then things that really touch your heart like that one. So we're so thankful for that. And of course, we wish you luck. And look, this is technology. It's easy to reconnect. So I'm sure we'll see you back here before long.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks, Eliza.